Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. I feel like now is as good a time as ever to talk about the PORUNGA Dragon Balls, right? Especially because, like, what was it, last night that we got this video? I have the Twitter video pulled up. Yeah, last night, we got this video that basically said, hey everyone, we're giving you a free anniversary unit. Which is absolutely kind of crazy. It's not just a free anniversary unit. You also can get one of any unit that came out last year as well, right? Now, this is like huge, which is crazy. And at the time that I'm recording this video, you'll be able to do this in about 5 hours, right? And this is the stone that you're going to be getting. I don't know if there's going to be more than just this one summon. I'm going to assume, because it's PORUNGA, that they're going to be giving us all this and then two other things, right? Maybe like Kai's and stuff, because like if you watch the video, right, PORUNGA does show us, right, 3 wish availabilities, right? I want to power up super attacks and I want to activate hidden potential. I'm going to assume that since it's PORUNGA, you're going to get all 3 of these wishes, right? I highly doubt they'd make it possible to not pick this. Right, I'm going to assume it's only going to be 3 options. You get this, and you get these 2. Right, which I'm going to assume this is a bunch of Kai's, this is a bunch of hidden potential system orbs, presumably to help you, like, actually use any of the units that came out last year. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to talk about all, like, the missions first, and then I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I think you should be grabbing with this. Now, I know, like, a lot of people have already made videos about this, right? Because we found out about this literally about like a day ago. But I feel like it's still relevant to talk about. So realistically, right, here's all the missions. Now, a lot of them are really easy. We've been getting about 2 or 3 per part for a while. In part 1, we had these ones available to us. Use a 10th anniversary coin is not hard to do. Just open up the Baba Shop, grab whatever you want from the 10th anniversary coins. There's Kai's in there, there's meat items in there, there's hidden potential system orbs. Just grab any of that you want, and you'll be able to get that. Easy, cool. Clear any stage 3 times with at least 1 Earth Protecting Heroes category character on your team. That is so incredibly easy. The Earth Protecting Heroes category is so goddamn big, and if you've pulled damn near any of the units from this anniversary, then you're probably going to have them. Again, 4 out of the anniversary, I guess technically 5 with Hercule, are on this category. You just got to clear 3 stages with any of these units on them. Any of them. It doesn't even matter. Hell, I'm pretty sure the free-to-play character is on here, right? Is he? No, he's not. The free-to-play Goku is not on here, but, like, I mean, hey, this free-to-play Hercule's on there. Like, there's a bunch of free-to-play cards on there. So you'd be like, oh, I didn't pull any of the new units. Okay, did you pull anything last year? This guy who just got an Easy A's on here, right? God Goku. Like, they're so... Like, AGL or Gohan is on here. They gave out you could have picked any of these units for free, by the way. I just want to point that out. Right? A lot of units that are on here were either free at one point, or you'll probably have them if you've been playing the game, right? You just got to complete 3 stages with any of these characters, and you'll be good. Cool. Consume at least 777 stamina. That's not that bad. The easiest way to do this, in my opinion, is actually with this Training in the Clouds event. So that event is, I believe, no, it's not in Growth, actually. It's in Cool Story, I think. Right? Yeah, here it is. This is the Training in the Clouds event. Let me put this in English, I guess. That'll be a little bit easier. This is Training in the Clouds. It's literally the first thing in the quests tab, or in the event tab. You just go into events, hit the first tab. It's the very first mission. It costs 40 stamina to do it one time. 80 if you boost it, which you should, because it has a link level rate of fucking 7, which is insane, I might add. Please do this stage to link level, right? And you get a bunch of these equipments that you can then, like put on characters. There's not a lot of characters in there actually can use those equips, right, that this event gives you, but, like, hey, it has a really high link level rate, so if you want to be link leveling, this is probably where you should be doing it, right? And, of course, not only would be one way to get 777 stamina if you're not doing it by, like, Dokkan events to actually awaken all the anniversary LRs, but also it is another one of your PORUNGA Dragon Balls. So, you know, there's that. Then there's clear a stage 3 times with at least 1 successor category character on your team. Successors is a significantly worse team than Earth Protecting Heroes is. But you do have the free-to-play Demon King Piccolo, right? So, I mean, that's one way to do it. He literally just came out, so if you farmed him, you can go ahead and use him. Sleepy Beerus, you should probably have from last year, right? 4 of the anniversary characters are on successors. A lot of people have Orange Piccolo. A lot of people have the 6th anniversary characters, right? There's a bunch of units in here that you're probably going to have. This Frieza is free from the story missions, right? You'll probably have some of these characters. So just use any of these guys 3 times. Boom, another Porunga Dragon Ball. Easy. Now, here's the ones that come out tonight at 12 a.m. EST, right? Again, in about 5 hours from the point that I'm recording this video. Dokkan Awaken any character. Remember that at 12 a.m., actually, the easiest way for me to show this is probably like this. The same time these go live, 1, 2 will awaken, right? These 2 free-to-play characters, or actually, I guess 3 too, because this is Daimagoku, right? Just awaken any of these 3, right? They all will drop at the exact same time, so you don't have to worry about anything, right? Just awaken any of these guys, boom, you're good. If you want to awaken a character you already have, that's fine too, that works, right? Doesn't really matter. You just Dokkan Awaken literally any character. Easiest one is probably just going to be one of these 3 free-to-play characters, right? None of them are bad. Like, they're all, like, fine. Especially DKP. I like DKP a lot. He's like a guarding, supporting, orb-changing character. I think he's cool. Like, he has dodge as well. I don't think he's that bad. Plus, remember that at bare minimum, I do expect DKP and Trunks to easy A. I don't know if they're going to do it here, because like they did this weird where these guys, which typically would release their first few stages in slot 1 or in part 1, then in part 2 they would get like these awakenings to LR and TUR, and then in part 3 they would easy A. But we're in part 3 and they're finally awakening, so I don't really think that they're probably going to easy A during this celebration. But hey, they still could. That's fine. But I do think that they're both probably going to be very, very good. So I mean, hey, there's that. So you can just awaken any of these guys and you'll be good. And then the final stage is clear any stage with a rainbow team. That's not hard at all. Just slap every single typing onto your team. Boom, you did it, you win. Cool. We got it. We all understood what we're doing now. This is how you get all the missions. It's not hard. It's very, very easy. I hope you're not going to be confused by any of this. We can go over it again if we really need to when they actually come out, but here is literally all the missions. However, let's talk about the more important thing as to who you're getting. I really should have made like a tier list or something about this, but we can do it really quick. Frieza. Don't get Frieza. He's ass. Vegeta. He's fine, but he's going to be on the Sand Day banner in about a month, so don't worry about him. Topo. He's kind of fallen off really hard. You have to have 2 special pulls units on your team or Defenders of Justice, and it's just not. Don't get Topo. The Ginyu Force. Moving on. Gohan. Don't get him. He's ass. The Golden Week characters from last year. Pretty good units, but remember that they're going to be on the Golden Week banners in April, so you're probably not going to need them, right? They're very good. They're both very, very good. But again, they're going to be on a banner really, really soon that you're probably going to summon on, so not really worth it, in my opinion, to grab them. Rose. Don't fucking grab Rose. He's a bum. I like him. I think he's fun, but, like, no. Cellmax. Cellmax fell off a cliff. Their Big Bad Bosses is not in a great spot right now for him specifically on like his best team, which is going to be Uncontrollable Power, and it's not great over there. Like you can make things work with like it's just his restrictions are terrible because you have to have like full movie boss, full super boss, or full artificial life form, and it just doesn't work in this current day and age. And his defense right away is pretty bad. So I mean he's not worth getting. He is still good, but he's not worth getting. Tech UI. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that they're going to grab Tech UI. Don't grab him. If you've been watching my channel, you watch like the Look Back series, you know how many times Tech UI has failed for me in recent time. His base form is so mid. He pisses me off so often. I get so aggravated running Tech UI. Like, he has abilities that are very, very good. His domain, amazing. His transform state, very, very good. It's just that you have to deal with this absolutely annoying base form for 5 turns, and it's just not worth it. Plus, again, he's going to be on the Sand Day banner alongside of this guy, and presumably a Super Saiyan 3 Diamond Vegeta. You're more than likely going to get him on there. It's fine. Jiren. You don't need Jiren. He's one of these units that's on a lot of teams that doesn't need help, right? Like, the only team that I think that he's actually, like, kind of worth running on is, like, full power, right? full power could use him, but like you really shouldn't even be running full power anyway. It's not really that great of a team. It's not very like cohesive. So I don't really think Jiren is like a unit that you're gonna really get a whole lot of use out of unless you really want to beat the Universe 11 mission that you haven't beaten yet. He'll help for that, but he's fine. Like you can get him if you want him, but he's not, I would not recommend getting Jiren, especially because he just came out on Global too. So yeah, definitely don't get Jiren. Roshi. I actually really like Roshi, but the problem with Roshi is that he wants to have Turtle School characters, right? So unless you're running like a full Turtle School team, you're not gonna get a whole lot of use out of him, right? Because like his team is the one that you want to have, but if, like for Roshi, he needs buffs, like slot 1 buffs, and because we didn't get a brand new Kid Goku, it's just not going to be worth it. Once we do get like better Gokus and like if we're able to run him on not his own team, he's going to be great. But he is currently, I mean, he's fine. But once he's like the 5th option on a team, that'll be fantastic for him because he's an amazing slot 3 support character. The Movie 8 trio, they are still good, but like their restriction is kind of it's starting to be a problem. Because Movie Hero and All Out Struggle isn't like bad teams, but they're teams that you have to be constantly aware of, and it just gets kind of annoying. Obviously, you do have some really powerful movie heroes. I don't know, right here. Right? And All Out Struggle has Super Saiyan 3 Goku right now, the GT, Super Saiyan 3, the Transformers, Super Saiyan 4, but like I just don't think they're very worth getting, especially because they are on the anniversary banners, which is going to be like a similar point that we're going to be making for 4 of these units here, right? It's just like you're more than likely getting them off the anniversary banner if you haven't already, and then they're going to be back constantly this year. So just keep that in mind going forward. Tech Broly, if you don't have Tech Broly and you didn't pull him from the Carnival banner, he's a pretty good option. He will definitely do the job really, really, really well. He is just a great reliable slot 1 unit. You can toss him on literally every single team he's on because he has no restrictions. He's great. Gotta love Tech Broly. Definitely a solid choice for your Memorial Dragonstone. Moving on to the Family Kamehameha. I have never liked this unit very much. I have always thought that people were overrating them. I never thought they were number 1 in the game. They are literally an Oonga Boonga stat stick. That's all they do. They do massive damage, and then they go into standby. They do nothing for 5 turns, and then they one-shot the boss. However, in recent time, with how much HP the bosses are starting to have, this guy's not one-shotting bosses no more. Like you can get him to do it with like Gogeta support and like a domain, like a bunch of the wacky shenanigans, right? But he's not one-shotting the bosses no more, and his base form is very frail. So I personally would not recommend picking them at this. They are good, and they are a good addition to a lot of teams. It's just that their gimmick is not needed when you have stuff like Vegito and Gogeta running around doing significantly more damage more consistently while being better. So that's my personal thoughts. Int Broly. Now, Int Broly is a very interesting character because he's very, very good, but he's also very, very shit. And the reason I'm saying that he's shit, right, is because he specifically wants to have that domain up. And if you don't have his domain up, he is like fodder. Now, some things about Int Broly. He gets such a big buff from the GT Goku. If you have him, that is a massive difference, because once he goes Super Saiyan 4, he's giving both Int Broly and Tech Broly an additional 10% damage reduction, which makes a big, big difference. And he's another Sand to get the Sand links up. Like, it helps a lot for Int Broly and Tech Broly to have another amazing uncontrollable power character. The only issue is you kind of need full uncontrollable power, and without that, he is incredibly mediocre. So definitely, like, if you have the set, like if you have all the other pieces, but like you don't have Int Broly, I would think it's like an okay pick. It's not a great pick, but it's fine. AGL Dirty Fireworks Vegeta. No. Moving on. Going to Piccolo. They suck. Anyway. Lord Slug. Lord Slug, I think, is a very, very good, like, big bad boss demonic power character. And depending on what Goma from Dragon Ball Daima, depending on what his leader skill is, I can easily see Slug being amazing. However, there's a different Daima character who my big fat head is blocking right now that I think is probably better to pick for demonic power, because I think he's going to work better with Goma. Because, like, just because Goma, I feel like, is going to have stuff like Master of Magic, and just the wacky demon links, stuff like what the Burra has, I'm gonna assume that like Goma's gonna have similar links to that. But if Goma is a big bad boss giant character, Slug is gonna be great with him, just in general. Because I think Slug is very, very underrated, mainly because he's Lord Slug, no one gives a fuck. But I think he's incredibly underrated. I think he's very, very good. I just don't like know if it's a great pick, especially because he's gonna be on banners leading up to when Goma's gonna come out. It really depends on what Goma is. Right? And since we don't know, and there's a safer option for Goma, you're probably not going to want to pick up Slug. Buhan. Now, Buhan is an amazing Dokkan Fest character. The only thing about Buhan is, right, power absorption is not a category that gets a lot of help. And that's the category that he wants to be on. Like, he already has his perfect team right now. Him, Texel, Buhan, Kid Buu, right? Kid Buu's not on power absorption, but it's what it is. Right? Fat Buu, like, you have like units that work really, really well with him, and he can be like pseudo splash onto other teams because he's not like bad at all without his domain. But like running the double Buhan team versus running him off the Buhan team is a very big difference. And I don't really see power absorption getting too many buffs in the future. Again, unless Daima has something crazy power absorption wise, I don't see Buhan's team getting a whole lot of buffs, which means I don't see Buhan having a whole lot of usefulness. He's still incredible, right? If you don't have Buhan, you want Buhan, go for it. He's amazing. You're going to get used out of him. He's really, really damn good. I just don't really see a point in doing that, especially because I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of help. Moving on to the last character that my big head is not blocking, Gotenks. Gotenks is personally the unit that I'm picking because I didn't end up picking up Gotenks, right? I was saving for Anniversary. I didn't end up getting him. So here we are. I don't have him, and he works great with both the fusions. He's a Rainbow Orb Changer. He's really reliable. He has a Key Blast counter, right? He's just really good. There is nothing wrong with Gotenks. There's really no holes in his kit anywhere. He's just incredibly good. So Gotenks, again, that's the choice that I'm going for with my Memorial Dragonstone, right? So that's what I'm picking. I think he's great. I would recommend him. If you don't want to get him, that's fine too. I understand, but I think he's amazing. Now, let me move my... Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me move my big fat head real quick. We got Glorio, and we got Daimagoku. Glorio's like we've talked about Glorio numerous times. He's amazing. He's like damn near the best TOR in the game, right? I think he's so goddamn good. He has both the fusions on his team, right? So just keep that in mind. If you don't have Glorio, I would heavily recommend picking up Glorio, especially with how Daima's going. I think he's going to be very, very impactful in the future. But however, he is going to be on the Golden Week banners in April. Just keep that in mind. Daimagoku is a unit that I have. I mean, y'all have seen it. I've made a Daimagoku Plus videos, I think twice now, right? He makes Super Vegito, and I guess by proxy, Super Gogeta hit so goddamn hard. His support and reliability as like a slot 1 character before they're able to like fuse is like really reliable. He is incredibly good at what he needs to do to help them get to their big damage function. He has 90% dodge for 1 turn. After that, he's 70% dodge in slot 1, while being really competitive defensively. He is an incredible slot 1 unit for the fusions. I would recommend getting him if you don't have him. I know a lot of people probably don't, but again, remember that he will be back during the Golden Week, which, I mean, if y'all saw my Daima spoiler video, you know what's going to be coming. He's going to be very helpful. However, that's just all the characters from last year. So again, my personal recommendations, Tech Broly, Gotenks, and the Daima characters. None of the other characters I think are worth grabbing, except for maybe Buhan, maybe Int Broly, maybe Slug, right? They're in the maybe category. If you have literally everything else and you don't have those guys, I think they're fine to grab, or if you just really want them. But my personal recommendations are the 4 in the corner here: Broly, Gotenks, Glorio, Daimagoku. Easily the 4 best units in this entire list right here. Easily, in my opinion. All right, moving on. As we know, the anniversary characters are also available here, right? Obviously, if you don't have Vegito or Gogeta, get them. They are fantastic. Now, I don't know if they're going to allow you to get dupes of characters, because in one of these posts, it said something about like characters. Yeah, you can exchange it for characters that they don't have yet, right? I don't know if this means that you can't get dupes. I hope it doesn't. I hope it means that, yeah, getting dupes is completely fine. You can get dupes if you want. Because, like, I'm going to be really honest with you. If you have everything from last year, and, like, you have the majority of these guys, and you want to get a dupe of Vegeta or Gogeta, I'm not going to blame you. They're great. They're stupidly broken. Past them, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I think, is a must-get out of this anniversary. You should leave the anniversary with a copy of Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Not only is he amazing in his own right, you know, his amazing support on both his super attack effect and his passive, his giant ape that you can just pop whenever you really need it, and he'll just completely get rid of the super attacks. He is so goddamn good. And again, if you saw the Daima spoilers, you know what's coming and what will be very helpful for this guy. I think you need to leave the anniversary with a copy of this guy, or else you're going to really feel it going forward. Gohan, I like a lot. I don't think he's that necessary. I think if you don't have Gohan, you're really not going to tell. You're really not going to feel a hole there, because his spot is just, I'm a solid option on your team, right? That can be filled by a lot of other characters, so I don't really think Gohan is going to be all that necessary. Vegeta, he's fine. I think he's fun. If you don't have him, who cares? Goku and Frieza. Don't fucking get Goku and Frieza. I don't have Goku and Frieza. I'm going for Gotenks. It is what it is. Alright, I personally want Gotenks more than I want Goku and Frieza. Like, and I don't think that that's that big of a deal. I have all 5 of these guys. I don't have these, and I'm not getting them. I have more than enough coins to go ahead and buy them when they come back. Gotenks is a unit that I think I'm going to get a lot more use out of, so that's why I'm grabbing Gotenks. But, personally, I feel like if you're missing anniversary characters, your tier ranking should be these 2 at number 1, based on whoever you don't have. Get Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? And then the other 3 carnivals, get them if you want them. If you want them and you don't have them, get them. If you have them and you like have every single one of these anniversary characters, reminder, my suggestions for last year are Tech Broly, Gotenks, Glorio, and Daima Goku. Those are my 4 recommendations. Leave this anniversary making smart choices. Please do not grab something stupid like Namek Vegeta or the Ginyu Force or Frieza. Don't buy them. If you get them and I see you do that, I'm blocking you on Twitter. I don't want to see it. Anyway, do let me know what you guys are going to be picking, right? Hopefully it's not like Frieza or something stupid in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.